Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Money in the Bank League. So, just to make this sure that this process is simple, and I wanted to make sure that you guys had a full understanding of how the league is set up so that way you have the most efficient use of the situation at hand. Getting right into it, the general manager's office is going to start off with the announcements. And so this is where your GM will post any information that he needs to share with you. If you should have any issues, your very first step is to reach out to the general manager. Allow him 24 hours to address your situation. Now, should he not choose to do so, or you don't get any response, then I need you to reach out to your deputy director of operations. That would be Mr. Sethan Chaos. And so he can therefore, establish the grounds that he can make a decision if the GM is unavailable for any reason. If you should by chance go through both individuals and you don't get a response within a certain amount of hours, then you reach out to me, the president, and I will address the situation accordingly. I don't think we'll get to that point, but I just want you to know the steps. The welcome to the Money in the Bank League is where you currently are. The scheduling calendar. So just to make sure that you guys have a firm grasp of how this process is set up, you will see the schedule of the week posted here. And so that way you know who to go out and reach out to. That also said, once you have joined this league and once you have selected your team, you need to put the team that you've selected in parentheses so that way your opponent is able to identify who you in fact are. Upcoming events is where your general manager will let you know about sim schedules and any adjustments that have to be made in the event of a holiday. When can you wrestle? Let me explain to you how this works. Me and Body Bag have a matchup, right? So we're DMing back and forth. And so once we've agreed on a time, one of the two of you, it doesn't matter who, needs to put in there the time that you guys have agreed upon. And then the other guy needs to go behind him and check off saying that he's agreed to do so. It also, in the event that you reach out to your opponent, 24 hours goes by and he has not yet responded, you need to come into this particular chat and at the Body Bag general manager and say, hey, I tried reaching my opponent, he didn't answer, and you need to provide a screenshot that shows proof of this, so that way it is undeniable. We show 24 hours, he didn't respond, boom, we are rolling. And it's your victory. In the event you're waiting on your opponent to send you a message and so is he, and neither one of you do so, then you can't get mad when it's a straight sim. I advise you to take the initiative and reach out to your opponent. You do have that 24-hour windows, and this was also discussed in the rules and the application that you have already both watched and participated in. So it is your responsibility to set this up. The next area is going to be the Money in the Bank news, which is where you're going to find your Daddy's League. And so this will give you access to the league 24/7 to see players and attributes and make trades accordingly if you see fit. The Body Bag Show is going to be Body Bag Beezy's YouTube series that you'll see weekly in addition to my own. So, the Daddy's League, this is where you're going to find all the information being posted regarding the Daddy's Leagues when we sim, scores, trades, free agencies, things of that nature. Lights, Camera, Action is where you're going to find your conversation with your own particular league members. We are no longer utilizing this method, so I can delete it. Called an audible. Big Bank Take Little Bank is where you can continue to do your side bets. So if you decide that you want to face off against somebody in the season and you guys want to bet $20, this is where we have documented proof that you have agreed to do so. Also, you will find that if you need to verbally establish communications about how to set up your game, you'll find the booth 1, 2, and 3. You have multiple channels to do so. So that way you guys aren't all in one at one time. You could also use it just to talk shit. I don't really care, but you have the option in terms of if you don't feel like just shooting a message and texting. The last piece is the tag someone else. This is critical. So the first thing you need to be aware of is that in order to trade, you have to fill out the trade form. How does that work? You download Google Sheets. It's an app. It's on Android and iPhone. You click this link here. It'll automatically pull this up. And so therefore you fill out the information. You have to be within a certain percentile in order to do your trade. In my rules, I said it would be a number, but the trade form switched to a percentage base. So for rookies, it's 2.5%. You have to be within that range in order to make a trade. If you're making just a regular trade, it has to be within 10% to get automatic approval. Up to 15, the trade committee can actually vote on whether or not the trade goes through or not. But 2.5, 10, and 15%. The 15% and under, like I said, the committee can vote yes or no. Obviously, if your trade does not get approved, then you need to rework it to where it meets the guidelines, to where you don't have to worry about them voting on it. But that is the case, and how we are set up. So, very well structured, very well organized. Now, I also know what you're thinking in terms of, Zach, this is a whole lot. This is a lot to juggle. Well, so what you need to realize is that regardless if it's WME or if somebody's reaching out to you, you're going to see that little white dot there. And so that is how you identify which channel you're seeing messages for and getting a notification for, so that you can jump into the appropriate one. I will also show you that I'm in the process of setting up your game day live. So whenever people go live on Twitch, it's automatically going to post here and you'll be able to watch the matchup. Now, should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out and ask me. But that is the setup. That is how we are rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy, have fun, and most importantly, compete. Money in the Bank is brought to you in part by World Madden Entertainment and your host, Zachary Zamogul. Enjoy, have fun, get after it.